Today's video is brought to you by Firearms Legal Protection, and while we'll talk about them a little bit later in the video, I wanted to let you know that they offer viewers of this channel a discount, and you can find that information in the description box down below. I recently published an episode of the Armed and Nerded podcast over on its individual channel, as well as all the places that Firearms Radio Network publishes, so if you're interested in that, I'll have it linked in the description box for you to run down. But in that episode, I spent about 30 minutes talking about this community poll that I published on the community tab on this channel. And I thought that I would circle back and discuss this on this channel because really there are some things that came up in the comment section of that episode that I just hadn't considered that I would like to field to a larger audience than currently sits over at the Armed and Nerded podcast to see if that has something to do with it. I'm searching for an answer here. So to distill this down, I think that y'all are absolutely cracked on this. I understand the compact data. I think that that's representative. But I don't understand the disparity between the full-size gun and a long-slide gun. I think those should be flipped because, in my opinion, a full-size gun gives you nothing compared to a long-slide gun. Get into that analysis again. The podcast will be listed in the description box where you can go find all that. Which is the argument that is often made for the Glock 19X, which I think is the dumbest product that Glock has ever come out with. The first concept I want to ask you about is somebody said that the long slide handgun is less popular because the draw stroke is more cumbersome on a long slide gun than a full size gun. As in, because the slide is longer, the gun has to be extracted farther out of the holster before it can be leveled to bear, and therefore the draw stroke is slower. My question to you, is that something that even enters your mind? For me personally, no, that is not something I've ever thought about because I have a really long torso. Like, I have short femurs and a really long torso. Like, I sit, when I sit next to my girlfriend, for instance, I tower over her when sitting, but my legs stick out less than hers do. So I have short femurs, and my torso length is so long that I usually have to buy a shirt size bigger or get the long style shirt. Otherwise, I look like I'm shopping at Baby Gap or I'm doing a belly shirt to do some kind of weird exotic dance. Now, personally, I don't buy that explanation. I don't think it's a very viable one, but perhaps your mileage may vary from mine. Again, I've explained my situation. The second one, however, I find to be quite a bit more plausible, and it goes something like this. The main advantage of having a long slide handgun is the lengthening of the sight radius. You also get more barrels in some cases, and that gives you higher velocity. But the main one that many people focus on is the increase in sight radius, and that generally makes them easier to shoot. The premise goes something like this. Because of the widespread integration of optics on pistols these days, we have now, for all intents and purposes, eliminated the advantage that a long slide handgun offers you because you can take that red dot and put it on a subcompact pistol, and because now you don't have to worry about the alignment of the front and rear sight and them giving you a valid representation of what's going on in relation to the target, you can now use the red dot and get similar accuracy to what you were getting out of your long slide on your subcompact gun. And really the only reason that you pick your size gun these days is concealability, capacity, and velocity. And really the sight radius has nothing to do with it anymore, and the advantages of the long slide have started to evaporate. My question to you is, do you think that that's plausible? And if so, then I would love to hear from you in the comment section down below, because personally speaking, for me, it's still long slide season. I choose to protect myself with a policy from Firearms Legal Protection. They are unlike other organizations that grant you access to services as an aside to a membership, make you pay out of pocket and then reimburse you, or force indemnify if you lose, making you pay them back. And one of my main sticking points is that FLP does not hire gun control advocates to do their marketing for them. This is an organization that specifically works to provide you with a policy to protect you against legal actions. We're talking anything from a basic plan to the whole kit and caboodle that includes expert testimony, bail, attorney's fees, coverage in all 50 states, and heck, they'll even buy you a new gun if you need one. So for the cost of a single meal out per month, you can insulate yourself against those that want to take advantage of you at a time when you can do without just about anything but friends. If you are interested in learning more, I'll have a link in the description box down below and on the affiliates page so that you can get squared away. The landing page over at FLP will also have that code if you don't see it right away. Special thanks to Firearms Legal Protection for making today's video possible. And I also want to say thank you to all of you who help keep the lights on around here through contributions on Patreon, Subscribestar, as well as Utreon. I have something cooking on Utreon that I'll announce in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you on another video here at the VSO Gun Channel.